This is John with Liquid Life Gardens, LL Gardens. In our earlier video, in our introduction video, I discussed and hit on our way of making multiple bell siphons kick in. Today, we'd like to show you exactly how we've done that. But before we do that, there's a couple of things I need to clear the air about. This idea, this method of hooking up multiple bell siphons is being given to the public. We have searched the internet, we have looked at every possible place. Nobody has got anything similar to this. So as far as public notices goes, there is nobody going to patent this. This is up for the public. We're giving it to the public. There's nobody can patent any form of this in any way. This method of hooking up bell siphons, multiple bell siphons, is going to be issued to the public. This is becoming a legal statement right now. And we want the public to know this. This belongs to you. This don't belong to no individual, no corporation, no nothing. This belongs to the public for future generations going down the road. And hopefully people will improve on the idea, make it even better from this start, and just keep going from there. But this is our way of giving back to all y'all for all the information that we learned from y'all, all the help we've gotten from the different people that took time to post out, what they've learned, the mistakes they made. So this is our way of giving back to you. We want to demonstrate these bell siphons today. We're going to demonstrate them. We're going to show you how to make them. We're going to show you how we hook them up. We're going to show you the absolutes about having them hooked up like this, the things you must do in order for them to work properly. We're also going to show you something else that we have not yet found nowheres. We're going to show you a bell siphon kicking in with 3 inches of standpipe sticking out of the water, and it will kick in by itself. As far as we know, nobody else has been able to do that with a bell siphon. We're going to show you that, and we're going to explain to you why it can do that and the effects it has. And seeing this will show everybody how easy the system is to make and how to progress it from one to another to another to another, and just keep them all chain linked together. Like I said, this is a cascading method. So the more you hook to it, the more that will kick. First it'll be 1, then 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, and on and on and on. The more that engage, the more that will engage. So we got our water levels almost up here. Before we get any higher and kick it in, we shut off our pump. I want to go through and explain to you all the different components and let you see it all hooked up. And then we're going to show you it working. These are our Venturi tees. In these Venturi tees, we've got these little control valves. You can get these at pet store. I bought these at PetSmart. This is to control the amount of air that's going into the Venturi tee, or to shut it off completely. The Venturi tees are linked in on the downspouts coming in, so they can pull air and aerate the water right up as before it goes. The 3 absolutes about this system is: 1, your drain pipe must be underwater at all times. Water must be over the top of this. Okay, that's absolute number 1. Absolute number 2 is you must have a Venturi tee in it. Okay, now the whole trick to this is we call the Purge Line, which is this right here. This right here is the Purge Line, and basically it is the exact same thing as this right here. It is a Venturi tee. It is hooked to the closest possible point of the bell siphon, and it is ran across, as you can see, to the other bell siphon, linking them together. Now what happens here is the same principle of a Venturi tee. As the bell siphon, whichever one it is, kicks in first, it starts to drain, it creates a vacuum here, a suction, a low pressure inside the tube, it creates a suction. That vacuum is then translated back to the other bell siphon on the other end, causing it to create a vacuum in the top of the bell siphon, and it will start drafting. And as soon as it starts drafting, it will start creating a vacuum, and that double vacuum will both kick it, engage both of them every time. This also works in reverse for braking. The Venturi tee here, because the pipe is in the water here, and you have water in your bell at the top, the trapped air in between is a positive pressure. So to remove that positive pressure, air is like water. It's going to take the route of least resistance. You need this Venturi tee here. This Venturi tee aids on getting rid of the trapped air in here so that the negative air can start pulling. If you do not have enough distance between this one this one will draw from the Venturi tee instead of from the bell siphon. You will not get it to engage. You need this one as close as you can here, and you need a good distance between these two so that it pulls the vacuum from the top, not from the bottom. This Venturi tee also aids in braking. And how it aids in breaking is when the water, the bell siphon at the top, starts sucking air at the bottom, it will start pulling air also into here, creating a positive pressure in the top of that bell siphon. When that bell siphon gets that positive pressure, it will translate to the other bell siphon, causing it to break. And both of them creating that positive pressure. So these are absolutely necessary. To have this system, you must have the purge line, the Venturi T, and your line must set in water. Now we added bushings to ours because we got a 1-inch pipe, and then the 45 is a little bit bigger. So we added some bushings, 3/4 inch bushings, to make sure that we were below the water line so that it could create that suction, that vacuum in here and engage this bell siphon. Up here, we have the water. It's just at the standpiping right now, but it's not enough to clear the Venturi T. Now, normally doing this would have created a positive air pressure in here. But because I have this Venturi T, that air, you can feel it release. It's coming out here, it's escaping. And it still allow it to kick in. Now we're gonna fire it up and we're gonna let this thing engage and we're gonna show you. And then we're gonna break it. Then we're gonna let the water get down, we're gonna break it. And I'm gonna show you on a tape measure, the 3 inches, and we're gonna let it engage again. All right?